Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing a video comparing the three Toyota SUVs, CUVs kind of. So Cameron, let's start off. What are you going to start off with?
So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the smallest one. So right here we have a 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. This is the XSE and it has like everything.
So this is like the top dog out of the Corolla Cross.
Yeah, the MSRP for this is around $31,000 for the XSE Hybrid, which is actually pretty affordable as far as these Toyotas go. The RAV4 starts at about $35,000, and this one starts at about $40,000 for this model. So this has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with the hybrid system, puts out about 150 horsepower. So it's not a lot of horsepower, but you know, it'll get you going on the highway.
This is a small car.
It's the smallest one. Weighs about, I think, 3,300 pounds. And it seats 5 barely.
Yeah.
I would say it seats 4 comfortably, 5 is pushing it. As we do a little walk around, it just has, you know, the XSE and the hybrid models have all this extra trim on the top here.
Yeah, it looks good.
The non-hybrid. This is also an all-wheel drive, because you can get this in a front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. If we come, and that's labeled down here.
It's the black badge.
If we come around the back, this has a third wiper, which is also dependent on the trim level. Some of the base model ones don't come with a wiper. This actually does have an electric lift gate, which is also dependent on.
That's pretty sweet.
It's also dependent on the model. All 3 of these come from the dealership with one of these courtesy covers. These are pretty nice to have, so you can hide your bird seed. Under here, because this has no spare, you just get goo and an air compressor.
Yeah.
So.
And it's got the big rubber mat. You can see it's like branded.
This does not have a third row. The only one of the 3 that has a third row would be the Highlander. This does have the JBL audio, and if we move actually to the front, we'll pop the hood and show you the engine.
You almost hit your head with that. So like we said, this one is very highly optioned. It's basically maxed out. So
yeah, this has the better head unit with Apple CarPlay. It's got the JBL audio. It's a hybrid, and it's all-wheel drive.
Seats too, or something?
Yeah, heated seats, electric everything. As you can see, you have the 2-liter M20A power plant here, and then this is actually the hybrid drive.
Yeah.
So this is the inverter, and then below that you'll have the actual kind of CVT hybrid drive system.
And if you haven't driven a hybrid vehicle before, you'll know the hybrid parts by the orange big wires. Like, you can locate the hybrid system. You can kind of see them down there too, but yeah. And what's the MPG that these get?
These get about 40.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So we end up going into the interior.
Is that combined?
No, that's highway. Or
okay.
Maybe, no, that is combined, yeah. Maybe they get like 45 highway. And as we go into the interior, we can...
It's got the mats.
You got a charging pad down here. You have all-weather season floor mats. That's actually an option. Up here, the mirrors have the little extenders.
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
have
nice.
a sunroof with a bunch of controls.
You can definitely tell it's a higher end model as far as like compared to base. These seats are pretty comfortable too. I do like these seats actually.
Yes, full kind of pleather, like faux leather all the way around.
But they have this like insert. It's kind of like checkered. It's cool. But it's definitely a little tight in the back. We've sat in the back before. So I guess we'll go to the RAV4 next, as far as the next in the food chain.
Yes.
So now we're gonna check out the RAV4, the mid-size. It used to be kind of the small one out of the food chain, but the Corolla Cross has taken its place.
Before the Corolla Cross, they had the CHR, which was way worse. So now this is kind of like the mid-step. It's about the same size as a Venza. It's a little bit bigger than a Crown or a Crown Signia. This actually comes with the 2.5-liter A25A FKS engine. With the hybrid unit, it puts out about 176 horsepower. It averages about the same MPG as this one, but it's a little bit more spacious on the interior. So this one also seats 5. There's no third row.
I'm pretty sure, don't these all come standard all-wheel drive? Or?
I've seen a couple that are 2-wheel drives, but those are like super base models. I think all hybrids.
And this one's
all
not
hybrids
quite
are
as high a model as that one. Just
yeah,
like you guys know.
This
is not a perfect apples to apples.
This is an XLE, so this is like
kind of
like
mid.
2 steps down from that
It's a
one.
middle. Yeah.
So if I go ahead and pop the hood, we can show off the engine.
Same 2-row configuration, but the back seat's
It's a little bit wider.
I can sit in the back pretty decently, actually.
It's a little bit wider and it's a little bit longer, so it's a little bit.
This one's
a little less maneuverable.
a little crusty under here.
Yeah,
but
a little
you can
crusty.
see
but
the hybrid
this
side.
is the 825, and then same hybrid drive unit as you'd see in the Corolla Cross. This one is a little bit longer and wider, so the fifth person sitting in the back isn't gonna have to struggle as much as they would in the Corolla Cross hybrid.
Yeah, if you just look at the cabin size, like kind of like from
and this
the
one
front
puts
view,
out this.
this one's significantly larger.
And then this one puts out a little bit more horsepower and torque. So, you know, you can get a trailer hitch for all 3 of these, but this one is going to be able to handle a little bit more. This will maybe like a little tiny single axle trailer for like getting dirt or something, or maybe like a bike rack. Whereas this is going to be like,
Yeah, I don't know what I would really want to do with this. Maybe,
Yeah, like-
maybe a roof rack on that.
maybe a roof rack, maybe like, oh, we went snowboarding, we had a box on top. Like,
But you could still tow, probably.
if we come around, this does not have a power door, so it just kind of sits like that.
Definitely a bit bigger
Again, still has the courtesy cover.
for your Pac-Man game this time.
Yeah. This one does have a spare, unlike the Corolla Cross Hybrid. I can't really lift it up right now, but there is a spare under here.
And this one also, you can actually see the exhaust. It's like a twin tip deal, whereas this one is nothing on the back.
So we can go ahead. This is a manual door, so you have to hold it down by yourself. If we move to the interior, we can show that this is a little bit lower model, so it does not come with leather, but you can get the same seats as a Corolla Cross
this seat's
in
actually
this.
pretty big. But you can see this one also has the floor mat, rubber mat. This is a cloth.
And the
deal.
seats all fold down in the back, so if you wanted more room. This is like, you know, my brother commutes quite a ways, and so does my dad. They get about the same gas mileage. This is more like if you only have this as like a family car, then I would get the RAV4 over the Corolla Cross because it's a little bit roomier. But if it's like, oh, I want a commuter that I can also use in the weekends, then I would go with the Corolla Cross.
Yeah, this one's also just nicer with the options, but that's just this model.
The one difference is that this one's a little bit older, like this
This is a 22, right?
yeah, I think this is a 22, but just like the generation of cars is a tiny bit older
this
than the
RAV4
generation.
came out before
This one came out in 2019, like this generation, and this one came out, the hybrid came out in 2023.
So we're probably going to be seeing a new
So,
RAV4 generation in a year
Probably
or two.
somewhat soon, yeah. But this one has Apple CarPlay as well, but it's a plug-in Apple CarPlay, whereas this one is wireless. So if we go ahead and move over to the Highlander, this is a major step up. This is the first one out of the 3 that's not a hybrid.
But this is also an older Highlander, we'd like to note. So these
This is
are
a
both
2018.
current generation, whereas this one is a whole generation back.
Yeah, but the V6 in this generation is the same as the V6 from 2023, which was the last V6 Highlander you could get. This has the 2GR FKS 3.5 liter V6, puts out about 296 horsepower.
It's a big power bump. Like you
It's
could
a
tow
major
decent
power
with
bump.
this.
We have a tow hitch on this. We've pulled gravel and a trailer. We've
Put
pulled
quad in it.
we put a quad behind it. It has quite a bit more oomph to it. They are still all 3 of them unibodies, so it's not like a
not like a
4Runner or
truck.
anything. You're not
Yeah.
going to want to tow a bunch. This one gets about 20 mpg combined, so about half the mpg is the other 2.
But when we go inside, you'll see this is much more a family hauler type vehicle.
Yes, the only thing is this does have a 3rd row, so it seats 7, but those last 3 seats are very tight, and
Yeah.
there's also a configuration. This has 2 captain chairs in the back. You can also elect to get a bench where it will seat 8. So if we go ahead and move around to the
And
to
as
the
far as
side,
like model grade, which one is this?
so this is an SE. So this is
Okay.
directly between the Corolla Cross and the RAV4, because the RAV4
Trim-wise,
is an
trim.
XLE,
Yeah.
and then the Corolla Cross is an XSE. So this is the right in between. So this is not the top model. Is not like creme de la creme, like best, but it
this
still
one does
comes
have
with leather seats.
real leather.
This is just old enough to where it does not have Apple CarPlay. The current generation does have Apple CarPlay. and a little bit
A
better.
little bit older wheel, you can see. This one's obviously has a lot more miles and stuff, but a little bit older interior and everything, but still really nice. These seats are really nice. These are real leather.
And as I was
Power front seat.
as I was talking about, we do have the 2 captain chairs in the back.
This is really nice.
So this is really nice for, you know, like
Actual adult,
bigger people
like,
or adults or whatever. This is like one step down from getting a Sienna, like a minivan. This actually has the same seating as a Sienna. So if you're, the only reason to get a Sienna over one of these is if you're worried about like cargo space, because if we go to the back, this one does have an electric lift car,
and it also has a
rear
split
door.
gate. That glass will pop up.
Yeah, this glass will pop up separately,
which is pretty nice.
which I do not think they have for the newest model.
But
The
you can
newest model
see
doesn't have that.
this is with the third row folded down.
So third row folded down, you have a bunch. You about probably a little bit more than the RAV4.
Oh, definitely.
And with the second row folded up, you probably have about the same as
It's
the
probably a
Corolla
little
Cross.
less, but yeah.
Maybe a little less, but so you actually have the tire underneath the car,
And that's a
and
spare.
it's a spare.
Yeah.
It's a 60
donut.
yeah, it's a little donut, and then all the tools are right in here.
Yeah, so you get a nice little tray down here.
So
Well, you can see the hitch on this one. We had to put that on, right? Yeah.
yes, we do have a video on that. That's like from a year and a half ago or something.
And this is also an all-wheel drive.
Yes, all 3 of those are all-wheel drive. 2 of them are hybrids, 1 is not. You can get this if you get a 2018 like this one, up to 2019 is this body style. You can get it with a V6 hybrid. Those get a little bit more gas mileage, but you know, I would rather just go with the full V6 gas, like gas V6. So talked about all of them all together. So I would say if you're just a commuter, or maybe this is like an extra car, I would go with the Corolla Cross. If it's maybe you maybe still live in the city or you commute, but you still have a family that you want to have space for, I would get the RAV4.
Or maybe like a dog, I would say.
Yeah, maybe if you have a dog, something like that.
Car is a RAV4.
And then if maybe you're a soccer mom or you're not going, across the state every day for work, and you don't care as much about the gas mileage, you can get the Highlander. The Highlander will have by far the most space. It's the only one with the third row. If you get a hybrid, it'll get about the same gas mileage. Okay, it is also. Did you end it?
No, it's playing. I'll just cut it.
Okay. Like, huh, what? Chinese?
So I was going over here. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to keep him out of it. You should have, oh, we actually have some of the factory workers walking over. Hey,
Okay.
talk about go in front of that.
So I would say, yeah. So this would be more for like a soccer mom. Maybe this is like your workhorse vehicle. You don't have a truck, so
Definitely
this is
family-style
big enough
rig.
to where you can have a bike rack or a single axle trailer. Maybe you have like a really small, maybe like a teardrop camper or something like that. You could pull that with this. The Corolla Cross, you're not gonna want to pull anything. Like, don't
You
try.
can put a bike rack on it, I would say, but
Yeah, and then the
Owing
RAV4 is like kind of more like a, oh, I have a bike rack, or I put some skis on top, or something like that.
and that is like the Goldilocks one, so it's like the middle one.
I think also I didn't say, but this one starts at 40,000, so it's quite a bit more expensive than the
And
other
that's
two.
a new one, start at 40K.
That is the 2018s.
Oh,
were
okay. So
MSRP,
they're probably quite a bit more. They're probably like
like
closing
45.
in on 50.
Maybe, yeah.
And I mean, with any options, you'd be seeing 50K easy. So,
I mean, that's pretty much it for this video.
which one's your favorite camera?
I actually really like the Corolla Cross.
I actually really like that one too.
I like the seating position the best.
It's nicely optioned, that one.
The RAV4, if you're talking like same across the board, same options, whatever, it's not quite as good because the Apple CarPlay is just half a generation behind.
Yeah.
And then for some reason the seats don't go very low to the ground, so you're sitting up very tall.
Kind of higher.
The Highlander is really good and really good for towing or being like a full camper vehicle. You can put all your stuff in there, but at this point I don't need all that stuff. So I would go with Corolla Cross. Gets the best gas mileage by like 1 mpg. I like the look of it.
It also looks good.
Most stylish to me. And also, if you're just rolling around with like 4 people, it is definitely like
Doable.
it's definitely doable. So that'd be probably pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see any more videos individually, we have a video for each of them on our channel. Other than that, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.